Ты же сама знаешь, что у меня денег нет, ни монеты. Прости.
Добро пожаловать! Позволь посоветовать тебе черновересковый мед. Лучший мед во всем Скайриме.
Я здешний медовар. Что тебе ну?
Как по мне, так мелюз...
Hey, I heard of this place growing up. Riften is so cool.
Я продаю
Hey,
чудес,
check this out.
безделушки.
You don't see that every day. A canal? How cool is that, Guardian? Damn. See that? An orphanage. Can we check out the market? I heard they have all sorts of stuff. You know, I met a woman once. She was wearing the most beautiful dress I'd ever seen. They were imported from Morrowind, all different colors, and sold at the Riften market. She must have bought it from one of those stalls. I wonder if they've got one in red. What? What is it? Oh, damn. I'm sorry, Guardian. You're right. I'm so stupid. I forgot myself. No! It's not okay! Guardian, look at me! Look at me! The last thing I want to do is make that dress look ugly. Come on. Let's go see Balrendar.
Balrendar, it's so good to see you.
Well met, Rigmor. This one sees you have brought along a friend.
This is my guardian angel.
Khajiit hopes the Guardian is taking good care of you.
Oh, he has his moments. Any news on my mother's ring?
Actually, yes. A member of the Thieves Guild in Riften acquired it in the Grey Quarter Ghetto, inside Windhell. It was sold to him by a Dunmer who had been a kitchen servant at the Talmor Embassy in Hafingar. Khajiit suggests you both lay low here, while this one arranges for a meet to loosen his tongue with coin.
Balrindar, there's something you need to see. Show him, Guardian.
Yes. What is it? So it all comes to pass. Khajiit had suspicions all along. The New Order of Alinor are well known in ordinary circles. They are a shadowy clandestine organization of Altmer extremists, of course. Rumors are just seeds on the wind, but here now is the hard evidence. Did anyone see you take these documents?
Don't worry, there are no witnesses. We slew them all.
Even so, we must be very careful and keep these to ourselves until I investigate the revelations in these documents. Now, Khajiit must cut short his stay in Skyrim and travel to Cyrodiil and elsewhere immediately. There is nothing you can do about this conspiracy until Khajiit has spoken to his contacts. This will take all my skills and friends in high circles as emissary to get to the bottom of, to know what to do next. Khajiit will then contact you. In the meantime, you could travel to Windhell and find this Dunmer, but be very careful. Rigmor is now officially a wanted criminal by the Talmor in Empire-controlled areas.
Me a criminal? That's cute.
Yes, my child. They have sent no other than their best Talmor general to Skyrim to track you down. This is why I came here in person to warn you. He has at his disposal an elite force of 100 troops, which are setting up camps and checkpoints as we speak, so you will need to avoid them and travel diligently. He will pursue you with extreme prejudice, and when they find out what's happened at Fort Black, he will stop at nothing to find you.
But why? Okay, I took revenge on those that harmed my family. But why send these men? Why give me the special attention?
They fear you, Rigmor. They fear you because of who your father was.
My father is dead. They got their revenge. They would do well to leave me be if they know what's good for them.
My dear, sweet child, have you not seen past the veneer of subterfuge? Is that what you think? That the Talmor would extradite your father and execute him for revenge? To know your enemy, you must first walk in their shoes. Has your hatred of the Talmor blinded you from the truth?
I don't understand. What?
Your father's crest on the battlefield was worth 5,000 men.
А, сородич.
Even the mention
Ты ведь тоже
of the
сражаешься с
sons of
имперцами?
Talos on the field would ensure disarray, and even cause whole battalions to rout. No, Rigmor, not revenge. They needed your father out of the picture for good, or this whole plot would have been for naught. After Bruma, they now fear you, and what you might become.
Fear me? Why would they do that? I'm just a young girl.
A young girl who single-handed slays a full company of Talmor soldiers, Rigmor? Such a feat is not to be ignored, especially when that young girl was taught, raised, and trained by the beast of Hammerfell himself. It is you, Rigmor, you, that is also on that list of top-level targets. Khajiit is happy you have the Dragonborn to help keep you from harm.
The what? The Dragonborn? Yeah, right. That's really cute.
It's true, Rigmor. Whether he knows it or not, you would do well to show some respect.
I'm sorry. I need to be by myself for a while. I need some time to take all this in.
Let her go. She will be fine. It gladdens my heart to know the premonition was right. Khajiit has traveled these provinces for many years. As a provincial emissary, it is my duty to make sure every angle is covered. It was during the annual ball this one was approached by Khazazid, a prominent soothsayer from Corinth. That one told Khajiit the snorkeling girl was destined for greatness, and that she would meet a guardian angel sent by the gods. A dragonborn shall hail from Helgen on the day of the dragons. Please, take care of her, dragonborn. These are dark days. You will need to keep one step ahead. Adriat is a very dangerous foe. A master of subterfuge. Do not underestimate him. Khajiit wants to keep child from harm, and will pay good coin as to keep her well met. Then take this coin with my blessings. Khajiit suggests you get well rested before traveling to Windhelm. His name is Tendril Zephyri.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah, he knows a lot of important people high up. He has a huge estate in Torval. You know, elsewhere. Dignitaries like him because of his mystic friend. Reckoned I was gonna climb mountains. I guess I can cross that one off the list.
Okay.
Step away from the girl, friend. Step away. We only want the head. You can keep the rest. Then die, fool.
Не стоило.
У нас с тобой
опять
никаких
ты?
дел нет, так что
Принесла
проваливай.
нелегкая. Что тебе нужно?
Yeah,
Как жаль.
I'm good. What do we do now?
Okay, let's go.
Мое умение сражаться не... Зачем нанимать обычных солдат, если совсем ряд? Мастер тайных искусств.
Это что, мех? У тебя из ушей торчит.
What's that over there? Okay.
What? Like, how did I end up in Skyrim? Why would anyone want to know about me? My story isn't a good one. As you probably know, I spent some years in slavery. Barandar rescued me and smuggled me out of Valenwood. So I spent nearly a couple of years in elsewhere before I came here. I don't want to talk about it. Maybe some other time.
Okay.
Well, when I came of age and left elsewhere, the first thing I wanted to do was take revenge on the Thalmor that had kept us as hostages. Shaving my head was a symbol of renewal. Yeah, they killed my dad. He was arrested for war crimes. He was a brigade commander, led the Nord volunteers against the Dominion during the Great War. Hell yeah! Was decorated by Titus Meade himself, fought under General Jonah. After the war, he went to Hammerfell, helped the Red Guard take on the Dominion. After the fighting stopped, he met my mom, settled in Bruma, and they had me. Then after many years had passed, they came after him. He sacrificed himself to save me and my mom, or that's what he thought. But they betrayed us. I slew them all at the embassy near Bruma, and they've had the hots for me ever since. It's cool.
You know, it's really weird coming here. To Skyrim, I mean. I never got to see my homeland. Skyrim is such a beautiful place. I'm glad I came here. To see it for myself. Yeah, I guess. I try to put on a brave face, but really, deep down, I'm feeling a little scared right now. It's all a bit too much sometimes. I never asked for this. Sometimes I find it hard to imagine I was once a little girl, you know. I was just a normal, happy little girl playing with all the other kids. Then they took it all away. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what to do. My mom told me it would be okay, but it wasn't okay. They took her and I was... Sigyn. Her name is Sigyn. Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Hey, Guardian. We have to head north to Windhelm, right? We can hole up in the wilderness in East March. I heard it's pretty lawless. You know, giants, mammoths, and, stuff. Perfect for some rest while we catch our breath. There's even hot springs, Dragonborn. Guardian, Dragonborn, whatever. I'll leave the decision-making up to you. Okay, let's go. Hey, these hot springs look really inviting. Could we stop so I could take a bath? Come on. I heard about these hot springs. People bathe in them all the time. The water is meant to have rejuvenating properties. Hey, you never know, they might help with the pain with my back. You know, the scars. Yeah, right. Make sure they're the only things you're watching. Okay. What about her? Yeah, about that. After I was well enough, Angie would take me with her hunting. I wasn't very good with a bow back then. But over time we began to trust each other. Like I said before, we had similarities about things that happened in our past. She had told me about 2 Imperial drunks. You know, killed her family. But when I opened up with her about my time in Valenwood, she eventually told me the truth. Well, this was a couple of years before the Civil War broke out. The Empire were reinforcing their hold on Skyrim. When the Empire went, the Thalmor followed in the Legion's wake. Several Thalmor special squads were operating around that time, as there was resistance building up against what some saw as an occupation of the Nordholds. Angie's family, plus many others, got caught up in the troubles. The squads were mostly made up of criminals from all corners of the Empire, you know, deserters, murderers, and thieves. Angie's family were hunters and lived on a small farm just outside Helgen. When the Thalmor arrived, they ransacked the place, looking for only the gods know what. When they were done, 2 Imperial drunks tried to drag Angie away with them, but her brother and father intervened and a fight broke out. Angie ran. Her family was killed and the farm burned to the ground. Yeah, I know, right? She regrets running away, but I told her it could have been a lot worse. But to survive, she had to let it go. So in her mind, don't tell her I told you. Right? think it might have helped with the pain with my back. You know, the scars. You know, it's better than I thought. Although the giants and mammoths might put off tourists.
Yeah, they're quite something, right? Courtesy of my stay in Haven. Mm-hmm. Sometimes. I have to lay on my side when I sleep. Uh-huh. Must have someone looking after me. A guardian angel or something.
Hey, I'll tell you about it sometime.
You know, she used to travel to the Imperial City sometimes to get things we didn't have in Bruma. And I would beg her to take me with her so I could get out of my sword and combat training. She just couldn't say no. And she would make up any old rubbish excuse and my father lapped it up. He knew she was lying. He would give us that look. But he loved her so much. She had him in the palm of her hand. We would go shopping and listen to the bards and minstrels playing in the streets, and sometimes I would just go sit in the library and read everything I could get my hands on for hours and hours until she came and got me. We could finally take off our fur coats for once, and I remember I would look up and let the sunshine warm my face. I would try on some of the linen dresses, and she would buy me a special treat. The summer in Cyrodiil. So green. So timeless. Oh, how I miss all that. I just need to know, you know, if she's still alive. So, you're a dragonborn, right? Oh, har har. That's cute. You really are too much. Okay, let's move on.
Должно быть, сбежал. Да? До встречи.
Well, this is a bit embarrassing. I seem to have lost my way. I was hoping to bump into someone. Are you hunting and fishing out here in these parts, or just traveling through? Yeah, well, it's a dangerous place around here, especially for peaceful, law-abiding citizens such as us. But you see, my legs, they get all tired after a long walk. I broke my leg in 3 places a couple of years back. I see what you did there. But seriously, my sister's little girl, she isn't so well either. She suffers from a rare condition and is hereditary. My cousin's auntie's uncle's nephew always had problems when he lifted his arms past his nipples. Hurt like hell. Yeah, well, like I was saying, the little girl. Hey, maybe your little friend over there might have some good advice.
Sure, I'll help. What do you want to know?
Yeah, thought as much. It's her, boss. Come on. We're gonna be rich.
You're as good as dead. Oh, yeah?
Победа за тобой.
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Okay. Hey, watch out.
У вас не найдется лишней монетки. Талос награждает щедрых. Боги всегда улыбаются. Нужно что-то?
Доблести не бывает. Это просто внушают солдатам, чтобы были готовы идти на смерть.
Посмотри, что у меня есть. Наверняка ты найдешь то, что ищешь. А если нет...
Все говорят, что
Когда
Йорланд
вам
Серая
что-нибудь
Грива
понадобится,
лучший кузнец в
приходите.
Skyrim.
Я очень многое
Что бы ни
могу.
произошло,
И вот держать язык за
стражники
зубами.
всегда будут благодарны
Удачи,
тебе
друг.
за твои подвиги.
Звать меня Нильс. Я повар в очаге и свечах.
Whoa. What a dump. I hate this place. No wonder the Empire stays away.
Эй, дяденька, не хочешь цветочки купить? Пожалуйста. О, я... Ладно.
Теперь
Прошу
я припоминаю,
прощения.
ты из новичков, соратник.
Ульфрик прислушается к тебе. Работа на ферме тяжела. Иногда...
Я полагал, что квартал Серых станет спокойным пристанищем для моего народа. Я ошибся.
Well met. Who wants to know? I may or may not. Depends. What do you want? Rings, trinkets, they come and go. You'll need to be more specific. Ah yes, I remember that ring. It was one of the many items I took for myself as payment for services rendered. You see, I worked there temporarily as a kitchen servant. Unfortunately, one night I made the broth too rich by adding some seared skeever meat in with the vegetables. The Thalmor spent 2 days racing each other to the latrines. Serves them right, arrogant fools. They told me I was lucky not to lose my head. Obviously they're no connoisseurs of fine cuisine, eh? Anyway, a shipment of crates arrived from the Solitude docks that afternoon. They contained fine clothes, jewellery, shoes, ornaments, even a pile of rags. But what I found most disturbing was the chains and shackles. It was obvious to me that these items were from slavers in way of payment for the Thalmor to ignore illegal mining operations. In Empire-controlled provinces, right under their stupid imperial noses. There was something, but it will cost you the price of helping me get out of this rat hole and returning home. Give me some gold. The rest of the story will give you what you're looking for, and must be worth something. Now then, where was I? Ah yes, I was rifling through the pockets of the clothing, as you do, when I noticed a list. My heart skipped a beat when I realised on the list were the names of the poor wretches the belongings had come from, and where they'd been sent. Men, women, and even children, taken from the provinces by pirates and slave masters. That's the Thalmor for you, with their usual bureaucratic thoroughness for fine details. Filthy dogs. The gold and silver and anything else of value was stripped from the crates, and they arranged for them to be taken to Northwatch Harbour. I grabbed what I could and hightailed it out of there. What you seek is on the slavers list. The person you seek who owned this ring will be on it, and where they were taken to. Yeah, it's located in a ravine on the Iraq border. You can't access it from land, all clandestine-like, but I knew of a guy who worked there as a skivvy. The Thalmor would send him to take food and meat to hired mercs and bandits that guarded a secret entrance into the harbour from land. Head to the border with Iraq, then make your way down the path. You'll see some ruins of an old imperial fort. Look for an old well in the undergrowth. It will lead you into the harbour, but be careful. it might still be guarded. If I were you, I would make sure this list is passed on to the authorities. This kind of abomination needs to be stopped. I would love to see the Thalmor squirm out of this one. Good day to you.
Okay, what's the plan? Do you know where this place is? Great, let's go find that list. Why shouldn't I be? Why are you so concerned how I feel? Has someone been talking about me behind my back? Thought what? Don't you assume you know how I feel? What is it? You want to go on alone and leave me here? In this dump? Hey, why don't you stay here and I'll just go kill them all myself and get that stupid list. Hey, I don't need no dragonborn babysitting me. I can take care of myself. Ever since the age of 14, I've had my life ripped apart. I've suffered alone, and there was no one there for me. No one! Hey. I'm sorry too. I'm also cold. And I'm hungry. And I'm tired. Can we find somewhere warm and go eat? What about that inn in the square? Maybe I do need to talk about what happened to me, but not here. Just so you know, I really like having you around.
Приветствую, соратник.
А?
Where do I start? No, I really do. I do need to talk about what happened back then. Especially now that I know it wasn't just a random thing. A lot of the memory is broken. I think it was just my way of dealing with it all. I was only a young girl. It wasn't long after my 14th birth year when they came for my dad. Yeah, that's quite something, right? No, never. He would get quite annoyed if I asked about that. I remember he would always give me a sword too heavy to practice with, but he insisted. And when I just got used to it, he would give me another one. He would say to me, "Rigmor, you may not know it now, but I do this because I won't always be there for you and your mom. You are the only child, and you must be as much a son as a daughter. You must be strong. You are Nord." I still hate myself, you know, for not being there for him. Some son I turned out to be, huh? They were supposed to let us go. You know, after he agreed to their terms. They separated me from my mom after that. I haven't seen her since. I'll never forgive the Empire for turning their backs on us. No, they treated us well. It was after the extradition that it all went bad. Okay, they kept their promise to spare our lives, but just barely. It became a living hell. I was to become a slave. I had no rights, no life. I had no hope, and I was scared. And I remember asking myself over and over, Why can't I just go home? No! I need this. I wouldn't do what they wanted, so they beat me. Gah! No! The stupid Bosmer, of course. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I was sent to Valenwood to work on a farm. There was this Bosmer and his 2 sons. What assholes they were. I remember a high-ranking Justicar would come visit every now and then to check on me. Of course, now it's all clear, but then... he would tell them that if they touched me, you know, he would have their disgusting, lowly, worthless heads removed and placed on spikes. So the slavers beat me instead. But that bastard had me flogged like a dog. Yeah, I almost broke the slave master's neck. They didn't understand, but I was brought up a true Nord fighter. My dad always told me it was better to live one day as a warrior than a lifetime as a coward. It would be the last time they raised their hand against me. I was placed in Thalmor custody where they flogged me with their whips. Didn't want to dirty their hands, they said. I don't remember anything much after that. Until I awoke in a clean, soft bed. I thought I was in Sovereign Guard at first, but then the pain. Yeah, I love him deeply. He's like a father to me. Oh my. Yeah, don't tell him though. He'll growl at me. Yeah, didn't you know Khajiit growl when they get mad? Oh my. Oh. I think I'm done talking now. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go do this.